So I would like to welcome in resident naturalist at explore.org, Mike Fitz, who also helped start Fat Bear Week during his time at Katmai National Park. Mike, so great to see you and talk to you again. Thanks for your time. So the website, Katmai's website, says this week is about trying to find the bear who exemplifies fatness and success. Explain what that means. This isn't just about which one is actually the fattest.
It doesn't have to be, no. Bears need to get fat to survive. And if we were looking at who simply was the largest bear, then Fat Bear Week wouldn't be very fun. But each bear experiences different challenges in its effort to get fat so they can survive winter hibernation. So it means something different for a mother bear who's also nursing cubs. It means something different for a big adult male that needs to come out of the den healthy so he can compete for mating opportunities in the spring. So Fat Bear Week is a subjective tournament. There's no one set of voting criteria that every bear has to meet. So we encourage people to get to know some of the individual bears and choose who they think is the most successful based on their stories.
All right, so we're seeing some of the contestants there. Who are some of the early standouts this year?
Well, right now voting is open for 2 first-round matches, and there's one bear in one of those matches, number 901. She is just around Butterball this year. She could win easily. So I wonder if she'll go into the finals this year. She faces a lot of tough competition. We have like bear 602, who is a bear that we typically haven't seen much in early summer, but he's stuck around a lot this year. So we got to see him in early summer and in late summer. We also have bear 856, who was the river's formerly most dominant bear, but now he's in his mid-20s. So he's adapting to a life where he's facing a lot of competition from younger bears, and he's adapted to that quite well. And you can see in his before and after photos that he has really fattened up quite well despite the challenges of his age.
I love the little ears. They're so cute. Mike, why do you think this is always so popular? I mean, people, including my entire team here at NewsNation, truly look forward to this every year.
Well, I think people do like looking at pictures of round animals, right? So, and bears are fairly charismatic on their own. And then we know the bears at Brooks River individually, which is kind of a unique thing for a wildlife watching experience. Most animals that you see on the landscape, they're anonymous individuals, right? Like we see a deer crossing a highway. We don't know much about that deer. But bears at Brooks River, most of them come back to the river each year. Most of them come back and use the river in early summer and in late summer. And some of the bears we've seen from cubs grow into large adults, like that image right there of Chunk or Grazer right here. They have been using the river since they were cubs. So we've got to see them grow into mature, large adult bears. And I think that really makes the wildlife watching experience at Brooks River special.
All right, when I asked you about some of the early standouts, you mentioned, the first one you mentioned was a female bear. One of the producers on my team now is sending me a note. Do female bears eat as much or more than the males?
Not necessarily as much or more, but their energetic demands are greater. Because if you're nursing a cub, especially in that first year of the cub's life, that takes a tremendous amount of energy. Mother bears actually do something remarkable in that during hibernation, they give birth. They're the only mammals that do this. So mother bear wakes up during this time. She's conscious. She's aware of what's happening, but she needs to start nursing her cubs immediately. So she's not only in the den surviving on her fat reserves, she's also providing milk to her cubs at that time. And then when they come out of the spring, the cubs are still reliant on mother's milk at that time. So the mother's energetic demands are much greater than a big adult male that uses Brooks River. So the males need body mass to compete with each other for food resources and mating opportunities, but they don't need body mass in the same way as an adult female.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.